what you gonna do? Yeah. Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? When you were 8 and you had bad traits, you go to school and learn the golden rule. So why are you acting like a bloody fool? If you get hot, then you must get cool. Bad boys, what you gonna do? Or what you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? Or what you gonna do when they come for you? You chuck it.
157 miles an hour.
All right, he's lost a tire. Here we go.
Wow.
When you run for police in the state of Arkansas and you put other people's lives in danger, it's a felony, okay?
It's live and it's happening while you watch. On Patrol Live every Friday and Saturday night. Only
Yeah, 150. Yep, that's a scat pack. And pin maneuver the challenger once you get up on him. This is a V6 right there. Gonna hit his ass. Pop, that's a V6. That boy was cruising, he thought shit was sweet. So he got away till the scat pack came. That's a 392 Hemi. Looking at the regular charters couldn't even catch him with the scat pack got him. If y'all look to y'all right there to the right, that's the scat pack police merging on the interstate to help this police catch his V6 Challenger straight ahead. So he merging on the interstate, he's finna walk his ass down. If you in the V6 Challenger Charger, don't try to run. You're not fast enough. You don't got enough. Even if you're in the RT, they got RTs too, but they got 5 speeds. So you got a ZF, you possibly got a chance, but I don't condone running. When your shit slow, don't even try.
From OP, the original OP Live Nation page. We're all excited to have Sheriff Taylor here with us today. So we got some of your questions, so we're going to get some of those questions answered. But before we get started, Sheriff Taylor, I'd like to ask you, can you tell us what is Hazen all about? What's it known for?
Man, hey guys, hey, it's Chief Taylor here. Man, we're a farming community. We're right here in central Arkansas, and we're what we call the prairie. Man, we're pretty right on top of the rice and duck capital of the world. We're known for a lot of duck hunting and rice harvest. We're kind of nestled in here between Little Rock and Memphis on I-40, and we're just a small rural farming community.
That's excellent. That's fun. And being such a small rural community, how did you get involved with law enforcement?
Man, whoa, now that's a big question you got there. How did I get involved in law enforcement? My dad was a state trooper for 37 years with Arkansas State Police. And I've been in it for 26 years. My middle brother is in it. He's 24 years in. My little brother is in it, and it's his 22nd or 21st year in. And my oldest child is a sergeant with the sheriff's office. My middle son is a trooper of the state police. So I think it is genetics. It is genetics that is in my family. I don't know that if you hear the last name Taylor around here, you're going to think of a police officer. So how did I get in it? It was bred into me, I believe.
Perfect. That's interesting. Because I know a lot of people want to know that question. And the other question they were all asking, so what is the biggest bust you've had since you've been on the force? And everybody wanted to know, is it the trunk?
Man, it's going to be close. That trunk, that the 148 pounds of marijuana is going to be a close one. As far as the most at one time, we've had a bunch of 100-pound bust, anywhere between 90 and 100 pounds. A bunch of those. I mean, that when we got that 148-pound bust, I think we were sitting right at 800 or 900 pounds of marijuana just for the year. So we kind of keep a count on a running count out in the hallway. The guys have got them a little wall, and they put their pictures up there and show. So if you do get to come in and stop by, we'll show you the wall in here of all the marijuana that's busted. But I'm going to say the 148 pounds at one time. As far as just a large sum of marijuana. Other than that, I think I got one back in 2010 that I can sit here remembering. It was like 103 pounds of marijuana that I got.
I got you. And somebody also asked, you said you got the fastest car in Arkansas. So what engine is in that thing? Are you allowed to tell everybody?
Oh, it's an off the floor Dodge Charger 392 Scat Pack. It's got that 6.4 motor in there. There's nothing fancy about it. I mean, it's like you go to Dodge and man, they're putting out everyday cars for normal people that have just plumb outrun our police cars. So back in 2020 2021, when COVID hit, we had that chip problem that everybody else had going on. You couldn't get vehicles. The used car market shot up. We couldn't even get police cars, and we waited and we waited, and we were down a car. I don't remember exactly what happened, but I'm pretty sure we probably crashed one chasing somebody. But we couldn't get a police car, and I called my Dodge guy that does all our police bids, and he said, "Bro, I don't know what to tell you." He said, "I can't get police cars." He said, "I've got police cars, and they've been on order for 8 months." So I made it. I said, "Man, I don't care what it is. I need a black Charger. I need a police car. I've got to have something." And they made some phone calls, and another sales guy made some phone calls, and a buddy of mine, a boy of mine, I know, called and said 2 weeks later, he said, "Man, I got a Dodge Charger Scat Pack in Ohio." He said, "It's only $4,000 more than what your bid would be on one." I said, "Man, I guess I really don't have a choice. I don't care." I said, "Put it on the truck and get it here. We've got to have a police car." And next thing I know was it gets here, and I didn't know it had what it had in it. And I was, Lord have mercy, that thing will fly.
And what's the fastest you've gone after somebody?
I hadn't made it past 163. I made it there several times, but much more than that is beyond. I'm an instructor at the EVOC driving school. I'm one of the instructors that train other law enforcement officers in the state of Arkansas for high-speed driving, pit training, spike strips, boxing technique, all kinds of stuff, high-speed track. And we always teach you need to leave about 10% of your driving capabilities left for error. So I don't want to drive no more than 90% of my capabilities. And I'm at 160 mile an hour, I'm pushing that 90% as far as I want to go at my age. And I usually don't get nervous or worked up or anything like that. But I'm not going to push it too far. I don't know how fast the car will go, but that's about as fast as I'm going to try it.
We'll have to put you on a NASCAR track and see what they can get out there, right?
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, so then another question. Ever pull over anybody famous you're allowed to say about?
No, not really. I've never pulled anybody famous over.
Well, then somebody want to know, if you were able to pull somebody famous over, who would you like to pull over?
Oh man, there's so many people I'd like to meet. I don't. Shoot, I don't know. I really don't.
Right. Well, then let me ask you this. You watch On Patrol Live Nation, I'm sure, on TV and everything.
Yep.
Is there anybody on that show that you would like to do a ride along with?
Oh man, I love all them guys. I watched this show before we was ever ever even a part of it. My Friday and Saturday nights at home, man, I would be there, and then I'd try and get all my chores done and be able to sit in the chair at 8 o'clock, you know, after the week. And man, I watched it. I'd sit there and watch it. But, you know, like, you know, Danny Brown and all those other guys, the sergeant down there at Volusia. I just liked even the guys in Nye County. I even Googled Nye County a long time. I said, man, what is there? You know, it's just cool. I mean, it's just my way of policing wouldn't work everywhere. And me watching everybody else do their job, everybody has a different way of doing it. And that's what fits their communities. Uh, so I just like watching it. And it's interesting to me to see how other places do it. Even the guys up north and Toledo and Wilkes Barre and all those other places, you know, they're just different policies, different rules, different laws. And man, all those guys, you know, they all do a good job. And everybody's like, oh, everybody needs to be like Chief Taylor. No, you know, it's everybody does a good job. It's just different ways of doing it. And those guys, and man, there's a million cops in Arkansas just like me. I mean, there's just so many of people that just do the same thing I do, and everybody's like, oh, you know, you're so wonderful. But man, there's so many guys that do the same thing I do.
Well, that's awesome. That's awesome. So, would you go to on the studio if you were invited to be in the studio?
Oh yeah, I'd love to meet Dan Abrams. You know, I talked to all these guys, you know, and talked to some of the producers, and some of the producers from New York I talk regularly too. And you know, I guess it's the Southern in me. You know, I talk to people on the phone, but I don't really know them. I want to shake those guys' hands. I want to meet them. I want to put a face with the voice that I talk to on the phone and things like that, and get to meet Curtis and all those other guys. Oh yeah, I'd love to go up there.
Awesome, awesome. All right, so I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to stop here because we're going to do two segments, as we told you before, and this one here will be on the first show, and then we're going to